Hola, Crypto Familia. I am Pablo Chuco, and we are Scheme the Cream Crypto. I'm just kidding. How we doing today, everybody? Feeling good? Had a good day? Good, good. Yeah, so, kind of slept all day today, trying to adjust my schedule to where I become a little bit more of a night owl because apparently night trading is better to do, but at some point, we will have some more people in here, and I just want to, adjust my schedule to being able to stay up late. So if I seem a little off today, it's because I'm always that way. But yeah, slept today. I don't know what's going on. But it was a good sleep. So yeah, here we go, ready to go. I got my big gulp, white cherry, no sugar. Shit's good. Got black and mild, a couple of fresh ones ready to go too. All right, so yeah, before I get started, yeah, four in the house, nice. Before I get started, I did just kind of want to share something with you all today, because I have been kind of silently celebrating something that I managed to accomplish today. And, I'm sure this may not seem like a huge deal in terms of, what I'm about to show you, but it was kind of a first for me, like in a really cool way. But yeah, so I managed to scalp on 20x leverage a 48.19% trade in about 10 minutes. And I've got a couple of decent ones on the board and stuff, but this I'm saying is probably um my best. Like, that's high leverage for me. 20x out, that's always really scary. I had to put a pretty tight stop loss on that, but I got that just right. Could have held on to it a little bit longer, but you know what? I saw a little money in the bank, and I saw this kind of retracing a little bit before, so I was just like, oh, I'll just take it. But yeah, it was a good day. It was a good day. It's for me, that's making a little bit of progress. All right, like, I just want you to know, just because I'm here on YouTube, that does not mean that I'm claiming to be a pro. Like, the truth is that, like, started our Discord. I'm up here on YouTube, because I'm trying to find people to learn from, and I'm, so far so good. But yeah, this was a good day. Hell yeah. So yeah, and that's the other thing, guys, is, like, again, I could be sitting here beating myself because not only, like, I could have let that run for a little while, but I also kind of missed my reentry because I was being too careful. I had some rules on Bitcoin. But you know what? Like, gotta celebrate your victories, man. Yeah, we do skim the cream around here. And skim the cream, y'all, what does that mean? That means pay yourself, right? I think that look, don't get mad at me, all right? There's a large community out there. None of them are watching right now, but this is something you're gonna hear me say over and over because it's my prime example of why I think skimming the cream in crypto investing trading is just absolutely necessary, and it's the Doge community. I mean, Doge was what, like 8 to 9 cents for like half a century or some shit, and these people just held on to it, like, and watched it crash too. You know what I mean? So, pay yourself, even if you don't, take everything off the board. Like, just get your money, man, and you can stick it back in something, but every now and then go take yourself out to a fat dinner, celebrate your wins, because otherwise, if we don't have our own positive reinforcement, we gotta, yeah, yeah. Anyway, but yeah, good day. Let's give 'em the cream around here. Proud of this one. Um, and the other thing too is that, like, I was just so happy with it because I was looking for another reentry. I was like, I think I'm just gonna leave it at that, so so I don't fuck up the next trade and, like, put a damper on it. I'll take this for today, but there's progress, y'all. So that's a good segue into take a look at our Discord. It's still getting started, but we're starting to spice it up a little bit here, starting to look a little bit better. Um, we got the alley here where everybody just like chops it up, and hey, D Nuts showed up today. We don't see him often. It's good to see him. Farfan, we miss you. A couple of you out there that we with Rojo, Chubbs. Yeah, yeah, yeah. come see us, guys. Come visit us. We're slowly getting things together. Got a little thing for some funny stuff. Yeah, you don't want to watch. That's a disturbing video. This one, on the other hand, about the porn mom. Yeah, that's a good one. uh, got a voice channel that I just accidentally joined. We also have a section here. Ty started this today where, just doing some charts and playing some music. Pretty cool idea. I like it. Then we have our whole TA section here. Ty just posted a wealth of information today. Look at this. Man was busy today, listening to jams, throwing down some charts, speculating with crews about what's going to happen next. Good stuff, good stuff. Tools and resources. Yeah, actually, I need to go back through some of this stuff because there's some good stuff in here. Um, and then we also are auto subscribed to a lot of channels. There's some good influences out there. Don't listen to them. Trust your own TA, learn to TA, trust your own TA. But it's always good to kind of bounce what you have showing on your charts compared to them. Um, but yeah, we got our little unsolicited P&L pick section, and then down here we have the war room. For now, we only have a few people that are allowed in those rooms, but that's just a little bit of proof there that when I tell you that we have things planned coming up in this space, that's some truth right there. That's some truth. But yeah, we got some really good ideas going on. All right, enough shilling us. Again, thank you for joining us. If you could please hit the like and the subscribe. It helps the algorithm and all that stuff that they always say. All right. So this is what the crew has been looking at all day, right? This is the 1 minute chart on Bitcoin, right? Nice little angled recovery there, right? Still kind of under a longer term golden pocket. So, you might see that and be like, "Oh, yeah, yeah, that's about to bounce, right?" Now look, this is what's important that we always do, guys. Like we can be day trader scalping on in 10 minutes or whatever, but you always, always, always need to zoom out on the damn chart, right? So those are like super local, literally 1 minute levels that I posted, right? I mean, that's a $500 spread on the 62,000 something price, right? On that chart, you can easily fool yourself into that being a big idea, right? Now, let's zoom out a little bit, guys. I'm not saying it won't bounce here. But you gotta look left sometimes. Primary rule, I mean, there's a little bit of a bump there, but we really need to get over this before we even kind of get hopeful. And that's 67,000 something. We're still 5,000 away from that. And then the other thing too that I've slowly lock your fibs, fool. We'll just do that again later. Um, the other thing too, and this is something I've recently had to hammer into my head, is that we're in downtrend. We're in aggressive downtrend. I mean, you could even say that we've been downtrend since here, right? That's downtrend. We're in downtrend until we're not anymore. You know that trend is your friend until the end. That includes down. Most people think, oh yeah, as long as it's going up, it's my buddy. No, 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 no. That happens down too. Look, put it there, put it there. We're in downtrend until we aren't. I know it seemed like we had confirmed over a level. Let me get these out of the way here. Hold on. 62.2 to 62.7. That's our local ranges, okay? I still think 61.7 is probably coming soon. All right. So anyway, what was I saying? But we are in downtrend. I know that recently we had this whole thing where we thought, we had made a confirmation over trend. For me, I find it useful to do this to readjust trend. Look, if it had bounced healthily from there, I would say yeah, but I mean we're already from that top. not gonna be huge, but it's Bitcoin, Look, 5% from that top. So did we confirm overtrend? I don't think so. Looks like we're just coming to retest it. That still means that we can come, it doesn't mean that we're gonna bounce off that line. In fact, most of the time it does dip below this before it comes back up, right? So for me, I tend to find that keeping these outer trends, including the wicks, is the more accurate way to like determine whether or not we are actually in it. If it beats it, I mean, it's good. One, two, three. If we get up there again, that fourth touch, if we can reach back up there, which we will eventually, right? But then I'll be hopeful that we're back in uptrend or even trying to get an uptrend. But that's a solid rejection off of what's just a new high on trend. If you disagree, let me know. Tell me what you think. Um, but yeah, sometimes you gotta zoom out and just look. That's just down, guys. We're not, and not only that. So I have this drawn as just a fib, right? But look, there's nothing here except for this, all the way down to 51.8. Let's say we'll go all the way down there. There's a little bit of chunk of liquidity here at 57, 56, 7. Yeah. So let's say just call it 57,000 or so. It would fight that range out right there. This little thingy right here. Yeah. Other than that, like let's get that dip. You know what I mean? Like I think we're all waiting for it, but sometimes, I did think about shorting the market a little bit today. The only thing that concerns me is this might be a reverse head and shoulders. So we might get a little bit of like something like that. Complete this shoulder. Maybe a bounce here, but for now, let's check our let's check here we go again with this stupid yellow dot. All right. Oh yeah, the other thing we were tracking here was what? Death cross on the shorter term time frames, right? So let's see. Yesterday about this time, we were about right here. Oh no, no, we had already seen that. Oh yeah, sorry, I'm a day ahead right there. So we're right here, right when it was starting. Look, it's just gotten wider. The gap's gotten bigger. Solid rejection of the 200. There's your EMA tie. On the 4 hour, we are struggling with the 50. And breaking structure to the downside in an even more local downtrend if you want to draw it like this. Bam, bam. Just downtrend again, guys, until it isn't. And a vector candle that we still need to recover over here. So yeah, I had those marked out yesterday. There's our lower value high, or value area low. Ooh, dyslexia. At about 61.7. And then again, we have the support box here at 60,000 and 58.5 would be the bottom. And then a big chunk of support right here. Which again, if we had hope of an uptrend, if it did bounce off of this and do that, it's a higher low than the first one that we've seen on a longer term chart in a while. And so for now, I think we talked about this a little bit last night, but one of the first indications that we are legitimately making a bounce is when everything else starts flashing like some serious green. Uh, Ina, just on a side note, actually had some really, really bullish news today. So I was right about they came out with a stable coin and it has officially been adopted by Bybit. Bybit is definitely a reputable exchange. I know a lot of people who do swear by it, and it's not like getting on, say, Mexi, where like you don't even hit your stops. They don't have any liquidity, but this is a legitimate exchange, and it's their first I guess major exchange for their stable coin. Um, and I don't know, all the technology stuff. Maybe stress you wanna go check that out a little bit, but and give us the details about it. But I again, like I've heard people talk really good about this project. So I'm just starting to learn about it. I just saw the chart and I was like, oh yeah, this is looking good. Um, but this might be something that you DC like if you guys are DCAers, if you're trying to build a bag and then cash out at the end of the next bull market, like a lot of people are, man, this would be a really good place to buy it. Thought I had drawings on here, but check this out. Legitimately, like just getting into first phase, right? Not even hitting the 382 yet. And 786 is at 135. So from here, even if you were to buy it here, which I'm still like I'm just waiting for Bitcoin to do. I'll tell you guys exactly what I'm waiting for Bitcoin to do. And I think we already talked about this a little bit. 44% right there. Let's take a little leverage on that, baby. But hey, yeah, if you're looking for something with some nice percentages that has the hype, has a legitimate utility, it's not some meme coin. Um, keep your eye on Ina. So what I've been waiting for, and this is like a little bit of an experiment, right? I think I missed on some percentages a little bit due to what I've been trying to do today before I take another trade is literally because Bitcoin's losing EMAs all over the place, right? It's just like one big death cross fest. But we are due for a little bit of relief. Look at that. Look, look. A little bit of relief. Got a trend line up here. I hate the way this readjusts on different times. Got a trend line up here, about 63.6, right? So we're due for a little bit of relief. Still think we're headed down a little bit more, but so my first rule, what I'm trying now, and Ty, I can thank you for this because you've kind of hammered the EMA principles into me a little bit. But I don't even care right now if I'm missing out on some percentages on Ina, Caspa. I've been like looking at mentioned this a couple of days ago in the stream. Really looking like it's about to make some moves. Yeah, stress for sure, for sure. But now that I'm learning about what they're actually doing, I mean, having a legitimate stable coin, especially in a world where like so many stable coins get tons and tons of FUD, like if it's good tech and it's something that's different from what's already out there in a meaningful way. All right. So yeah, on this 1 minute, literally, I don't care if I miss out on percentages overall on anything else that we're looking at. Nothing. I'm not doing anything. And again, since it's one big death cross fest, like it's a good time to like take this approach until all these EMAs are in place. Yeah. Because I do have a feeling that that is like what, and it's kind of getting there too, especially considering how much of a spill we've taken. 50's coming up to that 200, giving a little love tap. But we're above both of them right now. This 800 up here at 63,000, totally attainable, right? Until that gets up there, and let's see how that works. You know what I mean? That maybe because maybe this is the difference between sitting here and staring at a trade and knowing exactly when you're gonna like get those quick percentages. Like which because I was looking at Bitcoin before when I caught that little scalp earlier. So I'm gonna try this again today. But it's been hard to sit by because meanwhile, has actually made like some decent gains. But yeah. So we'll keep track of that, right? Um, let's see. Let's go to Casper. What Oh yeah, I updated this a little bit earlier. Yeah, look, I mean, just still respecting. Lock your shit, Pablo. Tell you, been half asleep all day, guys. All right, so let me zoom out a little bit here. There's our bigger structure, right? Big old nasty wedge. Good thing about it, again, is it's technically a symmetrical triangle, and it came into it from uptrend, tapped the top, and then started going down, right? Now, and this overall, this downtrend like this is an incredibly bullish pattern. It's one of those things that breaks nicely. Solid support already built up around here pretty much, like, because it took a pump this was all low liquidity when it first happened. But now it's kind of worked it out all over again, right? Both sides of that range, boom and boom. So it's worked out all that liquidity. Is this trend line even right? No, right there. Established a nice higher low from overall trend. It's nice and healthy angle right there, right? So look, now probabilities, right? Probabilities. Probability, like I said, given that we came into this from an uptrend, is it will break up, right? That's long term, or probably more like midterm since we're on a 4 hour chart. It probably looks about the same on a daily anyway. Now, what we're in more locally is a bearish. Like when it goes straight up like that, you know what I mean? Comes to a point, these tend to break down. So what can we surmise from this? Probabilities, right? So we kind of do this number to whenever it maybe even like kind of like go over this, right? But since this is a bearish pattern, it's going to break down. Here's the bottom of trend. Usually we'll test underneath that trend. It may not go down that low, something like that. And who knows? It might just, this might be its actual, like, could also be something like this, which would be like the super bullish case. If Caspa's really going to do something soon, this is what you really want to see. This is like, if you see this instead, this is where you really want to start considering making a trade on it. Is instead it breaks through this, right? But still, it's still a bearish pattern. But it actually breaks through this trend line. Then it comes back and confirms. If it does that, guys, like then it's off to the races. So we're keeping an eye on that. But I think a better price on Caspa is coming soon. And again, we're also kind of waiting for Bitcoin to make up its goddamn mind. All right. How is Bitcoin doing, by the way? Making sense so far? You guys are the pros. If I'm off, let me know, please. Right. Yeah, look, coming over this box, right? Worked it out a little bit. Coming over this box. Look, and that look, it crosses just as it gets over the box too. Fibs don't lie, guys. This isn't me just like we're drawing random boxes or like, you know, nobody has a crystal ball in this world, like, but fibs, they work. And I'm starting to realize the power between EMA crosses and Ty and I were looking and when literally like it had broken down like at the bottom of the box. Just everything happened at the same time and it went shit doesn't lie. Look, now we're getting a pump. Hell yeah. Now I would say first indication, right? It might be safe to start longing something. I mean, that just seems like it's probably a little bit over. Where are we at the 15? Yeah, see 15, 22, 30. All right, 30 still has some room. But I've also been very, very conditioned to be wary of 15-minute retraces. But it's making a bullish cross at the top, which is you could just stay up there for a while. Let's see. How's money flow? Because it was looking like shit earlier. Yeah, starting. I mean, it was. Is it thick? That's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's a 1 minute chart, right? Just looking for some hopium. There's always a retest, right? Money market always comes back to where it's money, so it's probably gonna do something like this before it makes up its mind. There we go. There's some from some of the first bullet signs we've seen in a little bit. Look at that. This one's here, which was earlier today, so 10:45 Eastern time. We've been in this all the way from 64.3. Yeah, that's decent right there. And this is why we need to get more comfortable shorting the market, especially when we're in overall downtrend, because it's really 3.43% in half a day. Not a bad trade for a Bitcoin trade. But yeah, showing some signs of strength. Let's see how she reacts to that 800, which is also again lining up with the bottom of the golden pocket. It's probably going to meet somewhere around there. I'm guessing. Guessing. All right. ETH is due. ETH is due, y'all. I was looking at this the other day, and it just has so like it's showing relative weakness, but the thing about it is it's just kind of due. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. Pepe. Pepe hit my notification today. Looks like it might bounce off of my notification, which is weird because that was a random level. Let's see. So this is now. Let's get rid of that app. Um, yeah, see, it's for it being at the top of the 15, that wasn't much of a move. So it does look like the market, it's just showing kind of weakness. You know what I mean? Yeah, let's see. Let's see how we react with the 800. We'll keep an eye on that for now. Because that's really where the whole market is right now. It's just waiting to see here what's going to happen right here. And see, that's the thing is I'm look, mad. I would have probably gotten into this unit trade like back here and still just been in this range. You know what I mean? And yeah, if I mean, I need to get better at scalping these up and down like that, right? But still, until this all crosses bullish, I'm not. I have a feeling that's when you're gonna start seeing the pumpy action, like anti-Bitcoin senses says. So, yikes. Yeah, I mean, everything just looks like it has. Oh, that was the other thing on Bitcoin too. That 12-hour. And the crazy thing is everything's pretty much bottomed out, like longer term. Look, I mean, the 1 hour was starting to come up a little bit, but like But that 12-hour, guys, that might, if it's really getting started, that might be what's exerting like downward pressure on the market, no matter how much the rest of it looks like it needs to pump. Again, we're in downtrend, so it just makes those smaller. But maybe the larger time frame that's like coming down like that, the more pressure. That's what I'm starting to think. But look, the daily too, just getting started. But watch at the bottom of that daily, that's bam. I mean, that's a 1, 2, 3 pattern on the RSI just right there. See what I'm talking about? That's uptrend. Even if it may not reflect it so like accurately up here, you can still sometimes see trend in your RSI. That's a 1, 2, 3 pattern right there. Bump and run. Gummy. I hate just both of my controllers. All right. Gummy. Ooh, look. Broke trend. Is that double bottom? Might be a double bottom there. I mean, if you're gonna buy gummy, it's pretty damn close. I don't think it'll get all the way down here, but it might test the top of this a little bit more. But that's looking pretty. See if we can see like a divergence somewhere. No data. No data. Ooh. Here. See a little bit. That's normal. Hmm. Deeper, more shallow. A little bit of getting hammered, y'all. We should look at Tucker next because I think they set it up to where like one pumps one week and one pumps the next week or something like that. Yeah. All right. Yep. I mean, aggressive downtrend until it isn't, right? Fact. Let's see. That's just gnarly. But a little bit of hope in a double bounce at that level. Just no divergences showing anywhere. Um, and yeah, just I've been liking this chart for a while. It's shown some relative strength against Bitcoin and most of the market too. But it still has all this to recover, and that's not even all-time high if you look at it, on a daily chart. That's got all kinds of room. I'm not saying it'll get up that high, but once it really gets past these levels right here, gets draw a horizontal, yeah, cool feet. But once it gets past that, it's got room. All right. Just kind of going over ones that when T kind of breaking trend a little bit here. At support, might be able to get that at a good level soon because it does some pretty big. I mean, that upper trend is still way up there. You know what I mean? Until it isn't. Good, looking good. Let's check out Luis's link. Yeah, just doing the same thing. AR, here's one that actually pumped recently. Look, look, can't make this shit up. Like bounces in support, a value area low, comes through the golden pocket, bounces off of support, lasts right back through the golden pocket, up to the point of control. Just a quick little, almost a retest there. Spent a little bit of time there. Bam, solidly rejected off of top of this box here, which this is the value area high, that line here, which matches up pretty much with the top of this box. Now testing out the bottom, which this is 618. Are you talking about on AR? I mean, this is looking pretty nice. Just like everything else, needs to come down a little bit from the daily. Yeah. Let's go check our crosses on the Bitcoins. Yeah. Healthy stuff, you know what I mean? Yeah. I think this is the part we just like slowly grind. But it does seem to be confirming off the top of that resistance box, which is good. Yeah, these shorter terms still need to come down a little bit though. Looking toppy. Yeah, might catch soon. Is it breaking structure on these yet? Oh yeah, until we get past that, 63,000 makes sense, right? She's running out of juice, Captain. Oh, that's the other thing too, is that it has it's like the whole psychology of like the market and the way that it moves, right? It's kind of programmed into the algorithm. But it has kind of been my experience that, especially like in this overall trend. Hold on, let me do this right. Yeah, like if it's gonna pump, guys, like if people are gonna expect it, that it's gonna come all the way to this trend line, and that's why I always adjust this because it has been like something I've noticed that even if it catches, you know, people are like, oh, it's gonna pass trend, but it won't even touch it. You know what I mean? And it gets people to long right here. I've made that mistake a few times myself, but we'll see what happens next. I'm just speculating. Yeah, but that just still has a lot of room to go down. Um, might get a little bounce here before we reject off this value area low, head down a little bit more. All right, let's see, let's see. Did I skip over AVAX? Why would I skip over AVAX? That makes no sense. All right, here's one that's kind of been under the radar too, and I know AVAX has a lot of really good stuff coming out, especially regarding gaming. But I remember it was like a month ago that they were saying something about like a meme coin kind of platform, which I thought like, would be badass for AVAX because it's been around for a while, but it's always when people aren't talking about it, right? Not to mention, like, if there are some high liquidity coins out there that probably are gonna do like higher market cap ones like this one and Atom that, can make some safe but really good gains. I mean, look at this. It's got this whole thing to recover, and it's already like worked out this liquidity. Guess the only thing that scares me is that like if it comes down, there's kind of a gap right here. So it could come down to this, bottom $20.92. But, you know, there's a whole nother alt season coming, guys. So just hang on. We're all gonna be millionaires. But I mean that's a so far working out a higher low. It beat this level, unlike a lot like ETH, you know how that one was it just like didn't even come close. It was a failure on this level. This one kind of just beat it. And I know it seems like small things, but we are in a 6 hour chart. Sometimes those things really matter. That's technically a higher high. A lot of people would call that a double top, but when you're coming back up to retest like that, you're just looking for any sign right there. But it gave you trend, right? Gave you trend. And I took a beating there though. Dang. Yeah. Anyway, working out the point of control right now and a local resistance right here. I don't think I set a notification on this, which I need to get in a much better habit of doing. We'll put it in the middle of this box. Add alert. Cool. Video. Oh, optimism. There's another one. People were sort of talking about the other day. Kai's one of those people that just like does everything. It's crazy. One time he was just like kind of spitting his resume at me, telling me his experience. I was like, bro, you are a man of many talents. You know what was cool is he was like, that's what they tell me. I was like, hell yeah. That's the appropriate answer to that. All right. Yoy. Damn. Yeah, see, if we'd been tracking this for a while, we would have seen that one come in. Triple top. Doesn't get much more bearish. So to see here. So we are in the support box, right? Which is good because if we zoom out, technically in a longer term support box, which would make sense, right? Kind of working out this liquidity if you look left and this too, which is good. Forming nice and solid support in this area. That's longer term. And then we'll zoom in a little bit. Cool fib, cool fib, yeah. Something a little more local. Yikes. All right, a little more local than that. Let's see. Let's try from this. Let's just go incredibly local. All right, cool. Yeah, that would make sense. That's the most recent move for trying to get a buy signal soon. Because like George says, gun go up, guys, gun go up. That's where we're hoping for a bounce. So set a notification. Say it right there. Alert. Okay, and then here's another thing too. I already know what this is gonna look like, but these volume profile lines, guys, they're a really good additional guide to this. So yeah. You know what? Oh no. That's what it was. Is we need to pull it same place that we pulled our fib. Hmm. Wonder if we include this range. Interesting. I mean, it's okay. Yeah, it even wicked off of this value area low. So I mean, I'm not entirely sure what optimism is, but I know it's just been talked about a little bit lately. The AI coin. Let's look it up. Fictional Reb has inherited exploitative economic rule sets that limit power. The internet will be sustainable only public goods through retro funding. Digital democratic. Ban a communities coming to This is a blockchain? What kind of crypto is it's layer 2 scaling solution for Ethereum? So is that like Matic? Layer 2 scaling solution. Something similar. Yeah. Something to just make Ethereum a little bit more efficient, I'm guessing. I don't see why that would be such a big deal. All right. Anyway, so let me backtrack here a little bit. Get my lines on here for the volume profile real quick. ADHD guys. All right. Yeah, it's pretty much lining up with the top of that. Probably a pretty good bouncer then. That's what it's looking like. Oh, by the way, guys, like if you really want to learn some stuff about like these fixed range volume profiles, Tom Crown put out a really good video on a strategy on how to do it today. Like I learned a few things. Like his was like you do it every day, right? Like at the reset of the market. And I have my time set to one, so put this back on UTC so that way it's on standard time. Yeah, all right. So the way he was doing it was like this. Get this right here. Bam. Was to start like from the day previous and not include any watch, not include anything but that day, right? So today's May 7th. So we start let me see, just a little bit accurate. So to pull it from the beginning of the previous day to the end. That was his strat. I don't see how, yeah. Maybe I'm getting it wrong. But yeah, go check it out. It's a really good video. I think I actually posted in our Discord. Hold on. Oh yeah, yeah. It was just basically that you could use those late. Like it'll probably come back up the way I had it drawn. It'll probably come back up and like tap that before it rejects. Like those are levels you can use like 2 days later or something like that. It was really good. Hold on. This one, the volume profile. Good stuff. Okay, so there we got that. So here's our internal levels, right? I'm just gonna hide this green rectangle. I think it's this one. No, not that one. That one. To kind of clean it up. This is our more local move. Make it green for the support. Get this trend line right. So here's a little confluence for you. Rejection off the point of control. Value area low. Very local one, but a value area low right at the top of this support box. Where's in your trend line right there? Very, very like probabilities again is that it might bounce right off of it or gonna do something like that. Let me mark those out. I'm gonna need to go back and like figure out how to bookmark my video so that way I can just put like each coin at like a timestamp. Yeah, timestamps, that's what I'm talking about. And I think YouTube has a way to do it automatically, but I just don't trust them. I've already got my notifications set here. 2:55. Go back to getting there, getting there. Slow grind up. I mean, given how bullish this is right now, I don't know. There has to be a retrace coming, at least a little bit. Let's pull another fib from there this time since we've beat that 768. Yeah, see, it just puts it right there at the top of this, at the bottom of this golden pocket right here. So that's what we're waiting for, because that's where the 800 is. It's all going to converge in one big creamy happy family. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking right now. All right, so it's like kind of bagged on Doge, people. I guess we'll just do Doge. Check it out real quick. Don't hold back, guys. Yeah, yeah. That's here's a good example. Let's Ty and I were talking about this earlier. When people tell you learn TA, right? You see all this like kind of horoscope for men, kind of like charts and drawings, and yeah, it doesn't make any sense, right? Learn one indicator. Here's a weekly chart. This is a long-term chart. Literally. When it gets down here, buy. When it gets there, sell. When it gets there, buy. When it gets there, sell. This is what Doge people held through. Look at this. How long ago was that? So it got, oh, this doesn't even have all the actual history. This is a bad chart for it, isn't it? Anyway, I mean, it's got what the pertinent history here, right? Look at this. Damn. People just held through that. 6 cents to 10 wicks. I don't know, like, you know what I mean? But look, and here's the point too, is that like it doesn't look big right here, but like if you start even on one of the smaller swings, right? Let's take this one for example, right? This one, which will take us from this price here to that wick right there. All right. If you'd literally just done that, bought at the bottom, sold at the top of, and this took, by the way, 6 March. So this is the 3rd of April. So you had almost a month. Like you could just sit, you could just like check this every week. I'd say every 3 to 4 days. I mean, I would check it every day, of course, right? But look, you buy at the bottom of this weekly stochastic RSI, and look at it doesn't look like much, right? Because it's kind of like doing a little squiggly line. That's 70%. You held through that whole thing when you could have been making 70% gains like once a month. Learn some basic TA, pay yourself, skim that cream, guys. Like, seriously, that's insane. And by the way, Elon's not gonna tweet about that shit, all right? He doesn't care. And if that's really your only hope, then you're holding on to crypto, you're buying crypto for the wrong reasons. Like, that's not what it's about. You're not waiting for Elon. Look at, while you're sitting there waiting for Elon to tweet, if you just learn a little bit about some other projects, God. I love Doge. It's a great. I mean, Doge is a coin. It's the OG. You know what I mean? It kind of maybe what like the reason that crypto even began to be a little bit more mainstream because of Elon, and that's why they're still waiting for it. I get it, but what if he tweets and then nothing happens? Then what are you gonna do? Then you've lost all hope, and you don't know anything else about crypto. You don't even know how to like pay yourself. Look at this shit. Look at that actually kind of blow. I was thinking it was gonna be like 10%. Let's find like a smaller swing than that. We'll call this the minimum you could have been making in swings. 55% from 24 July. Wait a minute, why isn't this changing? Am I freezing? Oh, it's because this is one way. Let me get that out. From 24, from 5 June to 24 July, 55%. And some of these people had like 10,000, $100,000. Like, I don't get it, man. You have $1,000, you're making $500 in a month right there. And that's the smallest one. Now where are you at? Where are you at now? Probably held all the way through this too, didn't you? Probably held through all that, didn't you? Doge to $1. Doge to $2. Yeah, there's a influencer we were talking about the other day. Like he's had a $2 Doge thing flashing as a thumbnail for weeks now. Gotta be joking me. Let me see if I can find an older chart for Doge. Where do they? I don't even have Robinhood. That's maybe base. Let's see. Simple stuff, guys. Simple stuff. You don't have to know shit about TA except for this line at the bottom, this line at the top. Like straight up ape style. Yeah, there we go. There we go. That's more like it. All right. All right. And I promise I'll stop after this. All right. All right. I don't want anybody crying. Like a little hard on Doge people, but it just pisses me off. Why are you in here? You know, like you're here to make money, aren't you? Like it's really a lot easier. Like you don't have to sit like we sit here. It's gonna seem crazy to you guys. We sit here and stare at minute charts because that's just what we do. But like you don't have to do. It's really just not necessary to do that shit. It's just not simple stuff. But look, Okay, so it started. Yeah, so December 20 was when it like started. Started to come out of this flat line that it was in. Right, one penny, below penny, below penny, below penny, bam. So we'll say the beginning of the year 2021. 1, 2, 3 3 months later, and most of these people were hanging in here like under a penny, man. This is the thing that is I caught this from like 25 to 69. Didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was like 69 just looks like a cool price to get out, and like I hadn't made enough money out. It wasn't like I didn't have a ton in it. My profit was good. I was like didn't know what I was doing. I was like, yeah, I'm taking this. Like just made sense to me. But look at this. That's not even real. You gotta be joking me. I gotta redo that. Hold on. So you held from here all the way up to a 12,310.37% gain. For every for every dollar, you were in five figures. And I'm not saying there weren't people in those that didn't take their profits. There were plenty of them because that's obvious, right? But there were I mean, they're still here today, 4 years later, or however long, yeah, almost 4 years later, still hanging on to their Doge. In fact, I know when they just recently finally took some profits on it, like, gotta be joking me. How are you up that much and like, how much more greedy do you need to be? You know what I mean? All right, that's too much of a judgment. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's going a little hard. But guys, skim the cream. Pay yourself. We're here to make money. You know what I mean? Not just to sit here and just like that's. You have any idea how long it's gonna take before it even gets there, even close? For an OG coin, look, it's still kind of just getting started on that recovery. You're still only at 15 cents here. Got all the way up to 21. You didn't take profits there either when you were still in here. Like you didn't learn through all of that to at least like I don't get it, guys. Make it make sense. All right, so let's do some TA for the Dozers. I just want you to know, like, yeah, I mean that in complete and total love, out of total, just a desire to see people, you know, that we all learn together, and the goal is to like, make it that life changing, wife changing money, or whatever you want to call it. Like, it sounds like a joke. There's a real path to this. We've seen people do it, right? All right, pay yourselves, folks. Oh wait, I have this T8 on the one, so that's good enough. Well, let's get off the Doge, folks. All right. It's like Pablo jumped on his soapbox today. All right, bomb. Let's see. So there's the 4 hour. We had all this marked out. So look here. I mean, I think I charted this a couple of days ago. Just proof that I'm not making this shit up, right? I think it was actually kind of up here. Yeah, it was up here when I charted it. That's a swing fail pattern, right? Or some might call that a double top. They're both, I guess, correct. But it's just a failure to swing over this level. Because then you would have some hope that it would rebound to like an uptrend, right? But it didn't. Oops. All right, we'll just. I hate that happens. This is good enough, and this is actually a little bit cleaner looking. Market Cipher can. We'll use that on Bitcoin later. All right. So yeah, so check it out. 4 hour chart, right? Charted at about like over here somewhere, about right there. Was in this box already, came up, tapped it, got rejected, came down. This yellow line is the point of control from the volume profile, and this is your overall golden pocket. Look at that. Boom, 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 boom. So for example, if this had not been a swing fail pattern, right? If this had actually beat this level by, like say it had come all the way up to this value area high, then at that point, you're looking for probably a bounce from there, but no, it failed. So that's why it's probably failing the point of control, right? All right. So look, it's banging off of that. I mean, it has that little bit of a recovery wick there, sort of. Bottomed out on the 4 hour, 6 hour, 12 hour, daily, 2 hours still needs to come down. Weekly has a little room, 15 minute. Not too bad. I mean, again, when you zoom out, it just looks like there's a little bit more that the market has to go, right? Maybe that's just me. But if you want to measure this wick, let's zoom in a little bit. See, this is probably where I would be looking for another short position because we missed this pump. But those wicks are usually pretty indicative, at least like a C like that. I hate the way these buttons come every time. Yeah, but this is what they call like probably a dead cat bounce thing pattern. Go from there to there, right? You're in downtrend, right? You're in downtrend. If you look left, there's still some room to recover down here. Value area low is here. You've already lost the point of control, so the odds are that you're at least coming close to this. But you want to find a good price because you know you're in downtrend, but you know that you're due for a little bit of a relief, right? So again, you just pull a fib from top to bottom because you're technically back. You're uptrending a little bit, right? So from there to there. Oh my God, Marco's making food. That guy can fucking cook. It smells so good, making me hungry. All right, so and again, this is probably closer to scalp to maybe a swing trade like this. This might be a good place to short because you're anticipating ultimately coming down to these levels of support, which does make a lot of sense. Or even there. There's your value area low, there's lower support, right? So, and it looks like this is probably going to be the last little move, right? Before it does its next thing. It's already losing EMAs here. So yeah, you go top to bottom, draw your little box. I'll mark out these levels for you just in case you guys want to take a note. Also remind me to put these in my TA channel as I'm like what the oh yeah, that is bonk. Because I've been meaning to like add these to the TA channel as I go. And then you guys still with me? I'm in here by myself. I'm just kidding. I know Ty's probably here. Ty's doing his gardening, guys. You should see his fucking garden. It's one of the most beautiful things you'll ever see. All right. I mean, legit. Um, that could easily just be 382 rejection, if you ask me. But if you're getting into the bed, like and that's the thing is I have actually heard traders say that like if it's not from the 786, no matter what it is, right? Like if you're not getting that trade from the 786, yeah, I know you are, brother. I know, thank you. Um, if you're not getting that from the 786, then just don't take it because your percentage is just less. Your risk to reward is less. Does that make sense? Um, but yeah, I mean, 2503, it gets there and you're still seeing, your indicators indicating a short and Bitcoin is, dumping or not doing anything, then that might be a pretty good short because if you catch it from there, let's just say that like your thick support, let's just go to the bottom of this actual no. Yeah, let's just measure them all. Watch this. You might catch some good percentages here because this might be like beginning of the next leg down. So let's just assume you get it from here to bottom of the golden pocket, 7%. To this level of support, 11%. Let's just go to value area low, 17%. And then all the way down to this bottom support here, 23%. Just saying, not bad. All right, let's see. Oh yeah, let's check out Jasmine. Jasmine's always something to keep an eye on. Damn. Kind of looking like bonk a little bit. Pretty much the same. I mean, ultimately, like we're just, man, we're hoping Bitcoin catches soon. But at the value area low, already kind of worked out support a little bit. Um, with failing EMAs. Yeah, let's go look at the Bitcoin 0.5 second. Then let me okay. Hmm. I mean, she's trying, right? Maybe a retest of the 200 before. Still think that, let's see, 15 minute. Is crossing bearish yet? Yeah, starting to cross bearish there, right? Definitely overbought for a hot minute. Same. Yeah, that's looking a little toppy here, right? I mean, this is still kind of pointing up. That's good. I just don't telling you, once these 15 minutes get started, they're a mofo sometimes. But luckily, we're not looking at an hour retrace. In fact, hey mama, wanna say hi? Come here. Come here. So this she hates to be picked up, but this is Foxy Coleslaw, the one that's the picture icon. That picture is from like when she was a kitten. She'll be a year June 1st. She's the baby of the family. All right, where were we? Let's see. So yeah, I mean, really, where we're at is just waiting for the 12 hour to really finish doing its thing. And the thing that makes me hopeful, I guess, at least midterm, the weekly's all the way down. That monthly is probably still look, yeah. But it could, bounce a little bit. Oh, there was something I meant to show you guys too, because sometimes you can see this on our side. I'll go over it in a second. But that monthly needs to come down, and is that's a red dot sitting there. So I just think that if we're gonna bounce somewhere, I think it's gonna end up being either at the bottom of the 12 hour or the daily before we like actually and see that just still gives us a lot of room to head down. But everything else, look it's just low, 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 low. So maybe 67,000 once everything finally settles and like, but there's just no, we're getting any money flow right now. I mean, this is the 1 minute chart. Look, just struggling. Where's the 7 minute at? Started across positive, but that VWAP's pointing down. It's just kind of weak. We don't have any like 15 minutes. Just has so much room to like, it needs to come up. But I mean, we're definitely due for at least a little bit of a recovery soon. It's just looking weak, man. Rounded top right there. Maybe we'll get that Bart Simpson bounce though. Anything you guys want me to look at? Isn't she cute? Yeah, yeah. Foxy's, bro, she's something else. And when I rescued her, it was because there's this older ex-Marine gentleman that lives in the neighborhood. But he's got really severe MS, and so like go and help him every now and then, go have coffee and stuff like that. Really nice guy. But he found her under his house, and I think that like I'm not sure what happened to her mama, but she either got left behind, her mama died or something, and he didn't really know what to do, and he told me about it. I didn't get over there for like a full week, but like when I got there, I mean she was tiny, tiny. Like I have a picture somewhere. Let me show you. I'm not sure if you can see this, but like that's her in black and white. I mean, she was literally like in the palm of my hand, and then so after a week, I went over there and like she had it was really cute too because she was probably barely weaned, if that. And he would go outside and like she would just kind of waddle out there, and follow him around and it was really, really cute. She was really attached to him. And then but she under her like her whole belly, from like her chest all the way down to like her tail, but like it was this really thick, like it smelled like poop and mud and maybe even after, I don't know what it was, bro. It was really, really, really bad. I mean, to the point it was so big that like it kind of scraped the ground. So she was like especially her back legs, the way she was walking, she was just trying to like, yeah, it was really crazy. And then, but she was in really bad shape. And so, I finally went over there and I gave her a bath, got her all cleaned up, and yeah, I would look at we're starting to fail right here. Got her all cleaned up. I mean, we're still in trend a little bit, but getting a little bit of a dip there, a little Bart Simpson dip. Um, got her all cleaned up and got her belly. And the funny thing is, after I got her all cleaned up and all that stuff off of her, off of her chest and her belly, she was still kind of like walking with her back legs, like it was still there. She was so used to it. And then so I went and I took him. Me and Marco actually took a bunch of stuff over there so that way, got it with like took her a little cat tree and some toys and all this other stuff. And the sad part was that he called me a day later and he was just really stressed out. He's like, "Man, I don't think I can take care of her." He's like, "Can you please take her?" And I definitely wish I have enough cats already, but I was just like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go get this little girl." And then, she was definitely a foster fail because I mean, it was from the very first night, like literally just falls asleep tucked right here, and yeah, yeah, she's my little homegirl. Now she's the baby of the family, and she actually picks on all the older cats. Like she's fearless about it. Like jumps on their back. Elwood, you'll meet all of them eventually. But Elwood's like my boy. He's like, they're all my babies, but he's kind of like my familiar, if you know what I mean. But she just like rides him, like makes him like cry like a little bitch. It's awesome. Ugh, here we go. Here we go. See where she lands. This is good. This is good. And I mean, yesterday, remember? I mean, and this is the thing, we need to keep continuity between our streams, but, we were still looking down here as a very real possibility, remember? At least, remember I said earlier, I think we're going to see 61.7 first. I'm not saying it is, but that's where your value area low is. And I'm telling you, I just really think that those longer terms are weighing down. I mean, we're starting to go, money positive was just starting to go positive on the 4 hour, which would have been very bullish, but look. You could consider that maybe like a money wave trigger wave down to the downside, but like VWAP's pointing down. We're back in downtrend officially on the momentum waves. And that's why, look, and then see what have alts done. Oh, yeah, yeah. Look at my Ina. Look at my Ina. Sexy, sexy. That's what I'm talking about. See? And then I was over here beating myself up because like I should have gotten in. I should have got nope. There it is. I'm the first one to tell everybody to wait for Bitcoin to do it first. But look at that. Look at the comparison in retrace. Percentage wise that you're looking at. And it's important, you know what? But that's the thing too, is pull this ruler out on a very regular basis, guys. Be surprised how different it is. Like, uh, so that, just say 20%, 20%. ENA, I mean 2%. That's point 20, 0.2%. This was literally seven times that, 1.43. Where's my baby gonna land? What happened? I thought did I clear all these drawings? I guess I did. All right, so see now we're starting to. We just failed this little horizontal. Yeah, yeah. So what do? You pull the fib right here, from right here to right here. You notice that Dylan says right here. That guy talks cool. All right. That's still looking a little bump and run from here, but look, I don't know. I'm gonna get 87. I don't know. That looks like a bouncing midline. We'll see. But look, waited all day for that re-entry and was mad about it, and then decided to like just keep a positive mindset because had a really good trade today. Decided to wait for Bitcoin for everything to cross bullets before I was gonna make any trades. So far, that's proved to be a pretty good decision. Might be a good little, especially when we've been aggressive downtrend for this long. When everything's so bottomed out and you're literally waiting on the 1 minute because everything else is one big death cross to crypto hell. Damn. Is it death cross on the daily yet? Wasn't D saying something like that earlier? D's be like, let me, let's go back and read this. Hold on. Oh wait, I keep joining this stupid voice channel. No, 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 no. I love his news flashes, guys. But hold on, let me find the one that made me smile today. Just dropping knowledge off. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's up here somewhere. Mhm. You guys need to join our Discord. If you're watching this, join us. We got some characters in there. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, here it is. Yeah. In his professional opinion, I'd say BTC are just going up and down at the moment till it either go boom or forced to go down. I mean, doesn't that kind of cover like all possibilities? Like just dropping knowledge on us. Hey, D's, when you see if you ever watch this, man, thank you, thank you. No, no, yeah. I was like, he's right. I need to go redo some TA on my charts. All right. Anywho, all right. Where are we at, guys? Oh, I need some big gold. Looking like a little bit of a recovery wick, right? Not bad. Oh, look, yeah, I see fractals. Right now, trying to work out the GP on this very local move, or yeah, pretty much. Basically, top of that, right? Still lines up. Uh, Crossing over the 50 here. Red still needs to get under yellow, but it's looking like it might. Coming for the 50. 800 up here. Where have I seen this? I know I've this looking fractal. Isn't it like the 4-hour Bitcoin chart that looks just like that? Yeah. So what happens after that big drop on the, let's see if the 4 hour's done it yet. That's one, two, three from the first drop. And this one is on 1, 2. So if that play, do you guys see what I'm talking about? How similar those look? Hold on. So clear. I might, no, no, I think, because I think the middle one was actually lower on the other pattern. So what I'm saying is like this, 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 but that's a higher peak, and I think the 4 hour, the middle was lower. So that might make a difference. I don't know, that could, I don't know. Let's see. But if this plays out the way, if it plays out on the 1 minute the way it played out here, we're due for another dip. See, given how, I mean, it's not showing strength. Right. I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna go have a cigarette real quick. Wink, wink. Ah, yeah, no, I was being totally sarcastic, bro. We're all driving. Bro, Marco just broke me off some fried shrimp he made. That shit is fire. You know how I'm always making fried chicken Thai? Like he taught me this way of making it where you don't have to do all the egg wash and milk and all that stuff. It's so good. In fact, I think I'm gonna make some tonight with some smashed potatoes and gravy. That shrimp just made me a lot hungrier. All right. All right, so let's see here. See, look. It's like they tell you as soon as you see trend, you draw it, right? Swing fail. Oh, excuse me. Swing fail. You could even consider that an outlier and that, yeah, see how it matches up with this top at least? And people like, and that's the thing is people would call this a deviation outside of trend. 8 down, 4 to go tomorrow. Are you talking about gardening? But me, I like to include these just because it just tends to obey the line better instead of getting those deviations that make me think that we're actually confirming out of trend, like last time. Yeah, I figured that's what it was. Yeah, nice, nice. Can't wait to eat from your garden. There we go. See, a little bit of a pump. Let's see. I mean, again, and this is you know how impatient I am, man. Like I am incredibly impatient about things. Like I just want to be trading. We're on the 1 minute waiting for this all to cross over. You know what I mean? And I know that seems like forever. I mean that 800, that two, yeah, that 800 is below 63,000 now. Are alts doing anything crazy? No, not really. And so this is, sure, there's day trades to be had here, right? You could scalp a little bit here. I mean, even here to here, 60.68%, like you throw a little leverage on that, you're making a little change. I'm not getting that, but you're staring at it. You know what I mean? What I'm trying to do is find the entries where I just know we got some room. You know what I mean? Or like, because the truth is that like if I'd been paying attention to EMAs, because I mean, how many times have we called short and we could have just held on to that shit for a long time? Yeah, I'll check it right now. You know what I mean? I think the very first time that we all started to call short was like over here. That's what I'm trying to do. You know what I mean? Just find that entry that you just look at it every day and smile and let it print on super high leverage, like 150,000 X. Just kidding. All right, let me see the 15 minutes. Trying to get on the 800. It is. Ooh. Now, what did the indicator say? Still a little high on the RSI. But again, like the higher time frames up to the 6 hour, probably the 8 hour. I need to put that on my charts, but only thing, and this is something that like I've been taught through people who also use Market Cipher, is that it's really, really hard to like bet on a really good long until the money flow gets positive on the 15. And look, it just dipped below. I mean, it might confirm back over, but it just dipped below on the VWAP, that yellow. Did I just change? Oh, because I reset. Let me what's down here? Put that to a line so I can see everything else. Go. Oh, and a thicker one too. That's what I did yesterday. But look, it's just nowhere close. There's a green dot printing there. I mean, that could mean a little bit of a. I mean, that, and see, that's the thing about Market Cipher too, right? We're at 4 minutes into this. That green dot probably has mostly played out already. It's really important to remember, like, that's why I was looking for them to start flashing on higher time frames, because as soon as they do, that's when you're looking, like that's a 4 hour green dot, which means that you're looking for it to start. Like it's almost guaranteed that you're going to start making some gains off of it, right? But if you're catching that towards the end of that particular time frame, like right here, that move is probably already played out. And then the thing is too, is if it's even like if it's past, it's over. Like people will be like, they'll see a green dot somewhere like further back on the momentum waves. Let me find an example for you. Like this. right? They'll see this green dot like over here somewhere, and like, oh, I need a long because there was a green. It was just hypothetically saying that red dot wasn't also there, but if they just saw a green dot right there, but it was already like further down on the momentum wave. They're longing there. That's no, 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 no. You were paying attention for that to first start flashing. It didn't even pump. Yeah, look, there's a red dot came right after it too. So you gotta be really careful with those. And not only that, but green dots are just way more strong at the bottom than anything, right? Good example right here. Not just at bottom too, but like nice thick retracements on momentum like that. Like right here, look, it was a kind of a weaker momentum wave. It was only that much of a move right there. When you caught it at this one right here, that nice deep one, it's the beginning of all this. I'm still getting better at that too. Like, yeah, market cipher is a very complicated thing, but it has its priorities. Like, there's always a list that you want to check in a certain level, in a certain order. First of foremost, VWAP. That's the one that everybody's just like, that's the first one they look at. It's the leading indicator, looking a little slopey, looking a little like it needs to come down to at least retest zero. Money flow coming out on the 1 hour, about to go negative. Let's just go down. See, it's already negative on the 45 with the VWAP kind of sloping down. Might be failing to midline. You know, is this midline right here is incredibly important for all these indicators. But VWAP, you know, you're hoping that it's always gonna, if it's coming down to it, you're hoping it's gonna bounce at zero and confirm back up. But your second indicator priority, money flow, right? So if money flow was just even a little bit positive and that VWAP was at zero, you might expect it to like recover at zero. But given that we're negative here, probably gonna at least like fail a little bit and come back and retest. 7 minute giving a little hope. Like it very possibly be just like a little bit of a trigger wave of money flow. VWAP pointed up. But again, you know, it's only gonna go so high. And back to 1 minute. I've also learned money flow on 1 minute isn't really significant unless you get like a good thick period like this. And then again, that's only a 1 minute, but that's when you can start having some hope that like, and same on the other side too. Like if you're looking short, you're looking for something nice and thick, like before you're even considering it. See, look, see how I got thicker there? This moment it came negative, bam, we got that little drop. Oh, look it. You can do it. I'm gonna go turn off my AC. I'll be right back. Hell yeah. And see, look, I'll still not doing much. Still not doing much. You would think right here, right? Like we're pushing the 800. Let's see when we start seeing some activity here because this might be a really good approach in the future. Yay, yay. All right. What else? What else? What else? What else? What's showing some strength while we're waiting for that to play out? Besides, I know Ty's already looking at it. Damn, Brett. That's looking a little bump and runish. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting like Brett. It's still below. It's like first minute low. I need to do some research into like what kind of flood they were taking. I mean, that recovers. Damn. Let's do magic moon math real quick. Magic meme coin magic or whatever they call it. Um, all right, so we'll just go crazy style here. From all time high, low. The 1618 would be damn. I think we measured this out. But I should put a note. Nah, it's always fun to do this. 1,685%. I don't think it's gonna get that high, but 786, you're still looking at a good 12, 13x. That might be the dark horse. I don't know. Let's see if it recovers. But I mean, literally, it needs to come up from like its previous. It needs to beat its previous all-time low. That's ridiculous. But showing some signs of recovery there. I mean, that's higher low so far. Green candle kind of printing. Broke over the point of control, kind of maybe retesting it. Might not be dead yet. Oh, there was an Olympian X. This is, I don't even know what this is. What's BNX crypto? Binary X. Gaming. Oh, okay. A lot of gaming products out there doing well. Yeah, I mean, nothing really to report there, right? I mean, we charted this around here. But look at, I mean, it's screaming and it's making a rounded bottom right there. What do the indicators say? Mm, So, I think here, I mean, damn, there's that skateboard ramp. That's right, we did. Yeah. See, when you zoom out, it just gives you a whole new picture. And this is what people are afraid to like trade, do TA on, right? Except for maybe one person who gave us the skateboard ramp idea. But man, look at that. I mean, there's this past this point is, but here's your little horizontal, right? About, I think I'm doing this right. These guys are always preaching that shit, but something like that to cover this little liquidity, right? That seems huge too. Jeez. like that. That to me looks like, yeah, a little lower. Right there. That's a big zone for resistance, right? I mean, that's a big, that's 126 to 186, so a 60 cent area. But look, it's not that much. It's like if you were looking at this coming down, that wouldn't be much support. You know what I mean? All I'm trying to point out is that there is any resistance at this point that's significant. This area here, and it's really not that much. Aside from that, look at that. It's just pew pew. So up to the top of the 70. Let's extend this over a little bit. This is one that Luis like pointed out to us. He made a couple of trades on this. But let's see, from here to 786, 375%. Altcoin hasn't started yet, guys. When all season starts, this one's gonna absolutely explode. Oh, the Tucker. Yeah, I forgot about Tucker. Let me put this up next to Gummy. All right, so let's do a comparative analysis between what's going on with Tucker and Gummy. Damn, that's a good price on Tucker. Damn, damn, damn. Yeah, I mean, even this has got a nice defined downtrend. We're just waiting for Bitcoin to finish. Where are we at in our little super golden cross on the 1 minute strategy? All right, yeah, I wanted to show you guys something. Um, and the only reason why is because sometimes, no matter what you see going on the charts, you can see this on a stochastic RSI. And it's probably something you guys have like are at least familiar with, um but you can definitely see this in price action sometimes too. Yeah, yeah, okay. So I'll draw it out first. Okay. Find a good blank space here. Here we go. So basic like I think this is Elliott wave. Yeah, this is the Elliott wave. Something like this, right? One, two, three, four, five, and then coming down. This is the important part, is that we do something like this. It's one, two, three, four, five. Yeah. All right. So when you look at it, you're basically, when you're coming up, you're establishing an uptrend, right? And when you're on the way back down, you're slowly failing levels to your left. All right. So one, two, three, four, five, and then one, two. So when you're in downtrend, you're coming below this level here, and then coming up to retest it and failing. They look even. I drew that a little bit back, right? And then you're failing down to the next one, finding this as support at the same level, and then when you're going up, you're coming to tap this level and failing. And then the whole thing starts over again. So when you look left, and I think it was showing up on this little chart here over here. Watch. Does that make sense? So when you're coming back, you're basically like retesting levels from over here and failing them for your retrace. And you can almost see it match up. You can almost predict looking left where it's going to come up to and then fail. And I think I just saw it right here somewhere. Wow. Yeah. Look, here's a good example of it. So let's just go. This is going to be really rough, but not the greatest example of it, but it's just what I'm going to use. I wonder if it's clear on. It's close enough. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then boom, failing this level a little bit, coming up to retest this and failing. Now we're coming up to fail this level. Now we're retesting that level. See how we're underneath it? Well, working it out, right? But if we continue in downtrend, the next level we can expect to fail and then come up and retest is your next area of liquidity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we decide where we're going to go. And then the process starts over. Is that making sense? It's a good way of just like kind of visualizing, like if you know you're in downtrend, which we are, right? We've been in downtrend for a while. Um, you can always look left and see where the major areas of liquidity are. You'll come down, you'll fail them at first, right? But you'll come back up to retest them before you're failing them. And so that's where you look for your good shorts, right? Once it comes up to that area, starts to show some weakness, and then it goes down. I hope that's making sense, but that's a good way of kind of all right, cool. Yeah, that's a good way to visualize. I'm sure you already knew that, but sometimes it's hard to see on the charts. We assume because we were in an uptrend, we had this nice push. See, that's the thing is everybody was, oh, we're gonna bounce here, we're gonna bounce here, but like you zoom out a little bit and you just see this. First of all, a lot of the whole vector candle right here that we've all learned the hard way on some of those, right? I'm not saying it won't bounce here. I'm just saying if we're looking at probabilities and the good trades, right? We're in downtrend. There's 1, 2, 3. We've only got the third wave down. Probably going to get that fifth one. And then the funny thing is that fifth one lands just underneath where this vector candle got started. So it's yeah. All right. So let's how are we doing on the 1 minute? First of all, I just kind of wanted to go through because I did a lot of charts the other day and we haven't really gotten through them. And I just want to flash through them real quick, see what's that like longer term support from where I marked it because that's what I've been looking for. And need to get in a better habit of regularly rechecking and backtesting my charts. But here is our current level of support that we're hoping to hold. Again, these don't mean it's going to bounce there. It doesn't mean buy. It just means wait for a reaction, right? But let's extend this over to wherever's lock. If we're going to retrace from here, this is where we're looking for reactions. And that's the thing is that, a lot of times they before they actually do anything. Patience is key, right? I'm waiting for my re-entry. Look it, still doing nothing. If I taken that trade where I thought, earlier, still, man, it's gonna be a nice little pump next. I can't wait. Nice, solid, solid. Um, failing the 800, but I mean, it's at this point, price could just be dragging the 800 down, like slowly, kind of doing this, dragging the 800 down so it does cross. But you don't get past this point right here. That's a solid rejection at that level so far. Are we looking short term? Yeah, 3 minute needs to come down, 6 minute, 7 minute, 10 minute, 15 now, 22 top. Whoa, that 30 got all the way up there real quick. 45 has a little bit of room to go. Any reason to suspect that? Money flows is teetering at zero. These RSIs and the VWAP just look at making the exact same move, just kind of topping out. Unless it does a 1, 2, 3, but it doesn't look like it's going to because everything's our 1 hour, so maybe we get something like this on the 1 hour, given that all of this is toppy and all of this is bottomed. So this needs to have a rest. So maybe like unless we get like a serious 1 hour push right now, which this is all needs to be reset still. But 2 hour, 4 hour, 3 hour. Catch the bottom of this, guys. I think we're good for a decent pump. Again, we're in downtrend and we have the I hate that fucking tool. We have the 12-hour weighing down on us. But look, here's some a little bit more hope too. Look. Copium hardcore. Not even real, actually. Oh, what did it do? Jesus. I have no idea what it is. Collapse. Sometimes I just click the wrong button. Anyway, you get the point, right? I think we're all kind of on the same page. Solid rejection here. Lots to recover there. Um, Literally, I know it sounds stupid, like it is kind of a little bit ridiculous seeing how often we're sitting here staring at the 1 minute chart, but we're literally on the 1 minute chart looking for anything hopeful, like for an uptrend. But look at we're that's just it needs to come back a little bit. Um, Yeah, I know. It's really annoying. It's really annoying. I'll have to fix it tomorrow because I have a feeling. Yeah, my indicators are gone. Let's see. Do do do. Of course, now it puts two of them, right? And then that stock. Much better, much better. But look, I mean, now we're right here in this working out the 50. There's a little bit of hope there. You know what I mean? Where there's a little bit of hope there. We're just kind of getting squeezed into this little area between the 50 and 800, but that 200 still needs to get over that 800 as well. And it does have a little work to do. But look at where everything's colliding right there at the bottom of that golden pocket. I just said that, what, 15 minutes ago or something. What is it, Boscos? Come here. Want to say hi to everybody? Come here. He doesn't like being picked up either. This is Bosco. Bosco was a fail as well. Literally the sweetest creature you could ever hope to meet in your entire life. Bosco, I got him because I'm on all the animal pages on Facebook for the city. And Elwood, I think, wants to meet now too. Here's Elwood. This is my familiar. This is my dude. Just kind of always there. Oh, baby. You're such a good boy. You're such a dope ass cat. Well, Bosco, I got him. because I'm on all the animal pages here in my hometown, and there was a picture of him. It was him as a little baby, and he was sitting there, kind of looking around, like where I don't know. He just got the idea. He just like wondering, like what just happened. You know what I mean? Had this look on his face, like what just happened, kind of looking around like this. And I don't know what it was. I see animals all the time that like you want to save them all, but you can't. But there was something on the look on his face, and so it was on the other side of town. This girl had him, and I was just gonna foster him too, of course. But this girl had him, and when she gave him to me, apparently her pit bull ate or killed his mom and two siblings, and like all of a sudden he was the only one that survived the whole thing, and that's that look on his face was just like what happened to my little family. And but you want to talk about like he's too sweet for his own good. In fact, like his voice his voice never even dropped. Like it's exactly the same as it was when he was a kitten. But I think he's part is it Russian blues that have the really, really big eyes? His eyes are huge and sweet, but he's a really good cat. And then Elwood, I got him from the shelter. This was when I only had one cat at the time. And Elwood, I got at the shelter, and his story. So that way, they had like this little room where you could walk in and, go meet the little kittens, the little baby, like the kitten room, little tiny ones. And went in there, and everything, they're all cute, they're just playing and stuff like that, but I'm always looking for like a connection, I guess. And so I was in there for about 10 minutes, and I was like, I don't know, we'll see. And then I walked out, and so all like in that kitten area there's a room, and then outside of it is where they had like their little cages or whatever. They were more like cubicles that you could look down into, like with plastic tops. It was really cool. And out of all the kittens that were in, because they move him into that room so they could go play, he was the only one that wasn't allowed in the room. And there was like a worker there, and she had like one of those little dangly toys and stuff, and he was just like casually batting it. And I was like, so like, why isn't he in there? And she's like, well, first of all, like he's already twice the size of his siblings. And when we let him in there, like his idea of play is to like pin him down to the point that like we thought he was gonna like kill a couple of kittens. I was like, I'll take him. And so I got him home, and like like I had to. He's a tough dude, man. Like one time I used to let him stand at the precipice of the door going outside, like while I had a cigarette. And I had to stop doing that because there was this neighborhood cat who was like always fighting. We used to call him Rocky. Like he'd show up to my house like just head bleeding, like nothing was happening. Super tough cat. But one time he just happened to be standing outside of the door when I opened it, and Elwood literally turned that corner and had him like pinned down flat on his back within less than a second. He also like bit me a couple of times. Like he used to have this. I couldn't like kiss his nose because he would just like take a hold of my face. Like I played trumpet, and he left me this huge gash on my lip one time. I couldn't play for a couple of weeks. But now we're good. You know what I mean? Like we had to understand each other, but our bonding moment was like the second night that he was there. And he came to me with like this horrible, horrible kennel cough, right? Like I didn't get to sleep like for a good month because he would just be laying there like, and it was like COVID breathing, you know what I mean? So, like really labored breathing. He was really, really sick. But the first night I got him, he kind of slept in the corner by himself, kind of adjusting. And the second night, he was in his corner when I went to bed, and I woke up and I just kind of looked over the side of my bed, and he was just standing there looking at me, like waiting for permission. I was like, "Come here." He just hopped up, curled up next to me, and he's been my best friend ever since. Elwood's my boy. Like literally, I love them all. They're all my little buddies, but Elwood's definitely my little familiar. You know what I mean? He don't like nobody, but he don't care about nobody but me. Yeah, love that dude. But they're all little badasses, super smart, happy kitties. Yeah, still working out this range here. Nothing really happening in the market. I mean, Brett is at least on my charts and since reset up 3.9%. So not much. Casper, yeah, still not much. Pepe, showing a little bit of strength here too. Ina coming down to my juicy price targets. Hell yeah. But yeah, I mean, if there's nothing, is there anything you guys want me to look at real quick? I mean, you guys are all pro at this shit, so you don't need my help. But like, if there's anything I'm gonna check just to, but if not, I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it for tonight after I take a few hits off the cigar while I wait. Yeah, again, you guys we're Skim the Cream Crypto. If you come across this video, please like and subscribe. I have my Discord, our Discord, and my Twitter and our Twitter all set up in the description for you. I did, by the way, Ty managed to fix that and make it permanent, to save those changes, so it should be there from now on. We're just getting started. We have a good team together. You know, Ty, Luis, and Stress are all very, very capable traders and have their own perspective on the whole thing. I've learned a ton from them. Yeah, keep an eye out for us. And let me see if there's anything else I'm missing here that I wanted to let you all know about. No, nope, nope, nope. But yeah. Oh, and last thing, if you're a developer and you're looking for some, a good project to get in on, especially at the ground zero, we are definitely looking for one or two of them to give us a hand with some really, really, really cool ideas that we have that Ty came up with, especially. And so, if you're a dev out there, we're definitely looking for some people who have a great idea for our first project, guys. I wish I could tell you what we have planned right now. So excited about it. It's fucking genius. And if it takes off the way that we think it is, you'll definitely be hearing our name in the crypto space very soon. But yeah, anybody who happened to watch this, thank you, Ty, Stress. I don't think Luis is here, but hey, thanks for being here with me, guys. I'm really, really starting to enjoy this. At first, I thought I was gonna be a little bit nervous, but I like this, and I do appreciate you guys being here to watch it. And yeah, again, I'm Pablo Chuco. We are Skim the Cream Crypto. My boys Ty and Stress are here, and Luis are our team. Um, we'll see you tomorrow night. Y'all have a great one. Bye bye now.